We decided to do this minimalism exercise sort of in response to the fact that in the past we've tried some where we give stuff away, like we'll give away 500 things in a month. But what I was noticing is that the space which I emptied on my bookshelves would just fill up again. And it's just like, what's happening here? And I mean, it's really obvious. And then you kind of came across an interesting way to cut this off at the entry.
Yeah, because you approached me, you're like, let's do it again. Let's like get rid of, 500 plus things in a month. And I was like, well, why are we able to do this multiple times? It seems concerning. So I had read a New York Times article, I think the author's name was Anne Patchett, and she literally did not shop for an entire year. She had kind of her own rules to that, but she didn't shop for a year. And I was like, oh, maybe we should attempt to do something similar. So then we embarked, we went back and forth on the length of time we were going to do this for, and then we compromised on 3 months of no shopping.
Yeah, because it's hard. Janis suggested that we do this for a year, and I flipped. I'm like, there's no way I can do it. And then it was sort of like, how about a month? And then you said 3.
Yeah.
And we kind of decided that was okay and doable. It's not like we hate stuff. It's not like we're shaming people for buying things, but what we're saying is that essentially we decided to not buy anything except food, drinks, medicine if we needed it, and then you could still go to a hockey game or enjoy.
Yeah,
things.
I was going to lots.
But
of
it was,
those.
it was really about like not bringing more things into your life.
Yeah,
right?
like why are we accumulating so much stuff?
Yeah.
Is there an opportunity to kind of like do an exercise in which you stop for a while and see how that feels? I went in really strong, like with super, like I was all confident and thought that I would be amazing at it and it would be really easy. First month was great. I was like, really embraced it, felt good. About halfway through the second month, I started to get needy for things. I noticed that I was like, oh, I really, really want that. And it, like the kind of like internal voice began. And then I did cheat, kind of subconsciously once, just like literally like automatic, just like bought something online and didn't even realize I bought something until 24 hours later, which is crazy. Like that was very interesting as like watching my own behaviors and how, again, as a privileged person, how easy it is to just buy things and not even think about it. Yeah. So there was lots of moments throughout the 3 months like that where I had to stop and kind of like evaluate just like how easy it is to accumulate things. And then, I actually quit a week before the 3 months. I gave in for like a pair of sunglasses, which is so lame.
I'm going to circle back to something you said earlier, because I mean, the second I announced I was going to do this, my dad said, oh, sounds like my childhood.
Yeah.
Like he's like, what are you going on about not being able to, or deciding not not to buy stuff? Oh,
it's embarrassing.
Boo-hoo. It is embarrassing. But there's something really interesting I noticed. Essentially, there's this thing where you sort of start to feel that you're being antisocial if you don't shop. Like, so I have a friend who you're dating actually, and so he would, we would go shopping for records all the time and stuff, and he kept trying to get me to go, and then after I kept saying there was no point in me going, he just sort of stopped calling me as much and stuff. And then I remember like this I was looking online at Ryan Jesperson was at the outlet mall, right, the new outlet mall at the airport, and people were lined up since 4 in the morning, and I felt like I felt weird, like I felt kind of gross looking at it, and it seemed kind of sad in a way, but I also get it completely because I'm an addictive collector.
Yeah.
So, but there is, and I'm sure people are out there and they're having a good time and everything, but they're also out there so that they can get the thing before the person in front of them. And so, I mean, what this has caused me to do is and P.S. I did it for the 3 months. And I didn't buy anything. And then I added a month because I wanted to feel some pain, and I didn't buy anything. And I'm now into the 5th month, and I'm not even making a big deal about it really. But I don't know if I'm gonna, like, now I feel like I can go buy it. There's this one thing that I really wanted to buy, and I might go buy it. But it's like,
Yeah, what's the one thing?
It's this stupid Voyager record that Carl Sagan's NASA sent off into space. And it's this golden record, and it's great. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is, like, right at the beginning, I couldn't do this at all unless I made a deal to get this magazine I really like. It's this film magazine, and I you know, I make films and it's educational and stuff, but I can't really read it online, so I had to make a deal with my wife where it's like, okay, you have to buy this for me every month.
Yeah.
But if I couldn't have that, I wasn't going to do the deal. So, you know, I'm not looking down my nose at this like addiction that we all have. But I do have to say for sure that if you, like, I would just give it a shot, like, just to see.
Totally. Yeah, I would recommend it to anyone.
It feels really good. Like,
it feels good.
Great. Yeah.
It makes you self-evaluate a lot of things. It also, I think the most positive thing for me that came out of it is I realized that there's this huge opportunity for this like sharing economy. So instead of like going out and buying something, could you borrow it from a friend? Could you make it? Like, there's all these different avenues to still get the thing you want without necessarily going to a store and buying it. Our society is obsessed with like hoarding. Like, you have to own it, you have to have this, and you have to, it's all kind of, you know, I don't know, celebrated in this weird way, but
You ended up going to the library more, right?
Yeah, I fell in love with libraries again, which I've always loved, but and even just like being in the library and kind of seeing how people are using it, yeah, that was probably the most positive thing that came out of it, is now I'm like going to the library once a week.
I totally recommend it. If you feel like giving it a shot, you should. You don't have to report to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, just see if you can, you know, fix your pants instead of buying new pants, and like go and read the books you haven't read already instead of going to buy a new book or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
Yeah. Okay. Great.